Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? And in today's football ASMR video, we are once again looking at the fantastic publication of FourFourTwo. And it comes in this special packet. It's got quite a nice noise to it, that's why I haven't opened it yet. Very good noises for ASMR. And it's the special edition for 30 years of this wonderful magazine. So let's take a look at it together. From 1994 to 2024. And there's the anniversary special, with 4 classic cover prints included apparently as a free gift. And today's edition is going to star Gaza, Cantona, Messi, Ronaldo, Maradona, Venables, Clough, Matteo Zidane, Roberto Carlos, Ronaldinho, Zlatan, Southgate, Beckham, Barnes, Cafu and Crouch, and much, much more. Okay, I'll get this opened and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, so I've opened it up. It's a very cool front cover. These are my 4. Ooh, the Zidane one. The inside story of Zizou's bruising battle to become Real Madrid's Pep. Ian Wright. Italy are easy if you're willing to run at them. And Jose Mourinho. Oh, actually. And Wayne Rooney, Vincent Kompany, Arsene Wenger, and I can't think of his name. Celtic manager, ex-Swansea manager Brendan. Welcome to the season of salvation. I thought I said I had 4. There's only 3 there. 4 classic cover prints. Did I leave one in there? I don't think so. Oh well. Let's put them over there. So what we're going to do is going to skim through the book and use it as a jumping off point to have a little ramble about football. Okay. Paul Gascoigne. God, the feeling when I scored against Scotland at Euro 96 was magnificent. It was pure instinct. You just can't teach kids that. He was such a mercurial talent. Just very personally, like he's where ADHD came from, isn't it? He just couldn't control himself. Couldn't help but cry at Italia 90. I'd lived my dream and I knew it had ended. Italia 90 was the first World Cup that I watched. And I supported England actually all the way through the tournament. And I was absolutely gutted. My brother and I were really upset about the penalty loss. No one can be the next Gaza, and for some reason I don't want them to be. Up front, playing off the last defender, it's the big man, little man partnership of football and funnies. I was wondering what this picture is about. It says, Goodison Park has staged many great events over the years. The semi-final of the World Cup in 1966. Blah, blah, blah. Not really, although Crystal Palace's James Tomkins and Everton forward at the time Richarlison did both go acrobatic there after an aerial collision. Looks bizarre, doesn't it? Looks like they're doing some strange dance. Oh wow, look at that. That must be Henningsvær, Norway. Few grounds on earth can rival the spectacular backdrop. Look at that. Of the Helsingvar Stadion on the Lofoten archipelago in the north of Norway. Don't be surprised though if the wind is sideways on bad days and goal kicks end up in Iceland or something. I have to go a long way to reach Iceland. Games That Changed My Life by Roberto Carlos. The Man United one's got to be now. Oh, no, really it isn't. Okay. Wins União São João over Coritiba a month after he made his first senior debut for Brazil at 18. Real Madrid 1, Juve 2, Real Madrid 3, Barcelona 0, Brazil 4, China 0. I think he must have scored in the World Cup game. There was a group game in the World Cup. The ultimate quiz. I think I'll save that one and we can do it together. My football. The Richard Archer of Brentford. The hard-fi frontman on bumping into Ivan Toney at Legoland and the former bee-turned-billionaire. Meanwhile, in Tunbridge Wells, Sabutio came home, only for the Italians to whisk it away again. I always wanted Sabutio as a kid. The debate. Is football better now than it was in 1994? As in, like, no. Italian 90. It was the USA, the World Cup in 94, I think it was. No, says Ed McCambridge. And yes, says Mark White. Opening arguments. John Moncur tells a magnificent story about the time he and his Swindon teammates, 15 games without a win and rock bottom of the fledgling Premier League, curtailed a cross-country training run to sit in a pub all afternoon with manager John Goleman and drink double brandies instead. And for the yes, music was better when it came in plastic case with "now" in big letters across it. TV went downhill when Janine pushed Barry off a cliff. That's what he's talking about. But was football better back then? I'm not having it. I think football's a lot better now, to be honest. If anything, just for the standard of pitch. Gareth Gangster Southgate. Salt and shake used to be highbrow crisp eating. Now my son buys ranch raccoon flavour. Happy 30th anniversary, yes, happy 30th anniversary, 442. Here are some previous covers. 442's best 442. Manuel Neuer in goals, Sergio Ramos and Carles Puyol. Centre-backs, Paulo Maldini on the left, Philippe Lahm on the right. Then David Beckham right wing, Zinedine Zidane in the middle with Andres Iniesta, Ronaldinho on the left wing, Lionel Messi and Ronaldo Nazario. Oh, not Ronaldo, but Brazilian Ronaldo. Really, that's your... Oh, I don't agree. For me, Bale's got to be on the left, obviously. Philippe Lahm as a right back. But didn't he play quite a lot of time in the middle of the pitch as well? David Beckham on the right, arguably yes. Although I watched him play in the middle for years. And if you actually played this team, you'd score millions of goals because these two are not going to defend very well, Iniesta and Zidane. They're both extremely creative, and these aren't going to come back and help you. I suppose that's the funny thing about football, isn't it? You can put the best players on the pitch, but actually you possibly will lose in that situation because you can't just, play. You've got to have someone to sit back and take the hit and defend. Actually losing defending. That's Vinnie Jones. Played for Wales like 4 times. So, Cafu interviewed, who's your favourite player of the past 30 years? He says Ronaldinho. He was a phenomenon. I agree. I watched him play for Marseille before Barcelona signed him. And at the time, Real Madrid were after him. There was a tug-of-war between which one he went to. Can you imagine a universe, a multiverse in which Ronaldinho played for Real Madrid instead of Barcelona? And they were at the Velodrome. Of course, this was back before he was renovated. And they were against Paris Saint-Germain. So there's a massive derby game between Marseille and Paris Saint-Germain. And Ronaldinho basically ran from his own half through everyone, like literally everyone, and scored. It was the most unbelievable goal I'd ever seen in my life. I was like, he's quite good, isn't he? Lothar Matthäus. It's Ronaldo Rosario. Ronaldo was in a t-shirt, shorts and flip-flops. Then he disappeared and came back wearing a tux. Brian Clough, former Nottingham Forest manager, extremely successful. Oh, and Derby apparently. El Tel, Terry Venables, the man who helped to launch 442. Oh, really? Terry Venables was the cover star for 442's launch issue in 1994. A year after his death, former players paid tribute to one of the finest managers Britain has ever produced. I thought he was absolutely wonderful. Oh my god, this is so funny. Beck's to the future. Okay, we didn't exactly nail how David Beckham would look in 2020, so let's go again with the current crop of stars. So they thought David Beckham would look like this when he got older. So I'm going to say Erling Haaland. That's Kane, right, isn't it? God, this is quite tricky actually. Is that the Chelsea defender? He used to play for Brighton. What's his name? Oh, I can't think of it. Oh my god, that's the Chelsea Palmer. That's Cole Palmer, isn't it? And some of these are terrifying. Oh, that's the Spaniard. Is that Ronaldo? Talking about women's football, respect, that's what women's football demands more than anything. Its status has grown exponentially during 442's lifetime, but finally the long and arduous battle for recognition is starting to pay dividends. It says the biggest barrier wasn't the finances but attitudes. It was still in the dark ages. Finding Diego, Diego Maradona. A little over a year before his untimely death at the age of 60, Diego Maradona was managing Mexican second-tier side Dorados de Sinaloa. 442 went deep into drug cartel country to track him down. This is a place where few tourists dare to travel. Sinaloa has a level 4 warning, just like Syria. They said, what? Ronaldinho, I was shocked when they asked to name a new species of bee after me. I found it curious, but I didn't buy the idea that they wanted to name it after me just because they think I'm nice. It may have been more for publicity. Look at all these famous people. Del Piero and Nedved. Cantona, Beckham, Henry, Roberto Di Biagio. The unmistakable hair, ponytail. Ferguson and Kenny Dalglish. Long. Pelé, Robert Lewandowski, Pirlo. How the 442 became British football's most iconic formation, and it's still my favourite, I have to say. Oh no, actually, I kind of have gone more to a 4-3-3. I haven't used a 4-4-2 in a while. You do need, more than anything, very compatible strikers, like one big guy and one short, so you can play it to one and he can pass it to the other, and it's quite a tricky one to play effectively. Why 1999 was the finest moment for 442 and Sir Alex Ferguson. That's the 2-1 against Bayern Munich in the last couple of minutes of the match. Why Messi's Argentina had to get worse to conquer the world. The Albiceleste didn't have their most talented squad in 2022, it's true. And their star wasn't at his absolute peak, but 442 helped them to win anyway. Yeah, in that case it's because Alvarez was next to Messi at the top. And Alvarez basically did all of the work. And they just had this basically four central midfielders. I always wondered how it worked. Their job was to get the ball back and just give it to Messi, wasn't it? It was like 4 of us doing the job of 2 people, so we'll definitely win it back. And 4 absolute world-class players, McAllister, Fernandez, Paredes and De Paul. Absolute world-class. And 4 of them doing one job, really. Get the ball back, give it to Messi. And then Messi could either pass it to Alvarez or Tagliafico or Molina. And it's not a tactic that anyone else has ever used, but I suppose it was just the manager's way of saying, how do we get Messi on the ball? Scottish football, talking about Inverness, Caledonian and Thistle. FourFourTwo's League One Player of the Year, Lee Trundle, what a legend for Swansea. Any other Welsh? Well, he's not actually Welsh, he's a Liverpudlian, but this is Football League, League Two. Jason Kumas in 2007. Nice. The Players' Lounge. Peter Unlove, Nicky Summerby and Robbie Elliott. I'm proud to be the first African in the Premier League, but look who came later. Hoddle had been playing for Monaco under Wenger, so he couldn't believe it when he joined Swindon. He was light years ahead. The players didn't see Kevin Keegan's meltdown as anything negative. We loved him for his passion. Yeah, totally. Such a nice guy. Klopp doing some posing for a magazine there. Some modelling. Neymar. That is the end of it. Apart from Eric Cantona's perfect 11, he says René Higuita, Junior, Frank Beckenbauer, Jacinto Facchetti, Roy Keane, Carlos Valderrama, Diego Maradona. Again, this side is going to ship gold. Johan Cruyff, Garrincha, Mario Kempes, and George Best. Who's defending in this team? I think Roy Keane alone. Lovely. Okay, so that is 442, the special edition. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, 30 years. What a lovely magazine. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to click like, leave me a little comment, and subscribe to the channel. Check out my Patreon for more videos as well. And thanks so much for watching. Take care and see you soon. Bye 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 bye.